Hello and welcome. My name is Amber. This is the universe for you to glow the fuck up and become the best version of yourself. This weekend, I'm traveling to Vancouver. I'm gonna go hang out with my cousin. She's throwing a Galentine's Day party. I'm gonna try and stick to my routines and my habits while I'm there because there's gonna be drinking and eating out and fun party stuff going on. We'll take you guys with me on that because a lot of people were curious about how I maintain the lifestyle habits I learned through the Skinny Society. I have to take a ferry boat to get there. So while we wait, I thought we would go through some of the questions that you guys posted on my Instagram. A lot of the questions were asking for weight loss tips and advice, and I need to say this again right out the gate. I'm not going to be teaching you fat loss, weight loss, how to manage your calories. I'm a member of Liv Schmidt's community. How I attained how I look today is because of following her practices and what she teaches within that society. I'm not a certified fat loss coach, but even more importantly, I'm not going to rip off her ideas and tell them to you. I think I do a pretty good and honest job of showing how I live day to day following the structure that I learned from her community, but I really respect her as a person and I'm not going to be one of the people who betrays that. The most commonly asked question is, how long did it take me to lose the weight? So I know you're probably looking at the before and after transformation videos that I'm posting. That before is like before there was even lip filler on the market, obviously. So that was me basically living with my opposite of almond mom, eating anything I wanted at any time. Like, me and my friends were like the party chicks, so I was drinking alcohol from a young age, and although I was having like a super good time, I had no idea that I looked like a fat pig, okay? I was able to glow up like throughout the years, but not to the extent that you see today. So I did lose weight, I did stop drinking as much, I did go blonder, I started to get lip filler. You're talking about how long it took me to get fucking snatched. I joined the Skinny Society in March or April of 2025, and by September, I would say I reached where you see me at today. So another question was, what are my top 3 tips that helped me lose and then maintain this weight? So number 1, I don't punish myself anymore. I wouldn't say that I've ever had like a binge eating disorder because I wasn't like mowing down food and then like purging or anything like that. It was more so like I was like, this cookie is so good, and then I would like eat them because they tasted good. My mentality was, okay, tonight is Thanksgiving and I want to eat all the pie and whatever. So I'm going to go to the gym for 2 hours before and absolutely murk myself so that I feel comfortable doing that later. So it was pre-punishment. I wasn't punishing myself the next day. I was punishing myself beforehand so that I felt like I had permission to gorge the fuck out like King Kong. Just switching the type of workouts that I was doing. So I used to think if I wasn't like seeing stars from dizziness, then I didn't work out hard enough. So I would go on the Stairmaster on speed 12 and I would go as hard as I could for 30 minutes. I would sprint as hard as I could on the treadmill to the point that like my knee injury would retweak and I wouldn't care. I would just keep running. So switching those hardcore workouts for walking, which I love doing. And then instead of lifting weights so heavy that I have shoulder pain, my knee tweaks out, now I like to do Move with Nicole Pilates and then just really stopping and going, am I hungry? I get these blocks between around 10 a.m. and then 2 p.m. where you're just kind of fed up with work and you want a break, and what do? You go to the pantry. It's like a form of release. Oh my god, we have to drive onto the ferry now. The next one is, I love Skinny Talk, but I feel like it doesn't work for women in high pressure environments. I'm not on Skinny Talk. I've blocked the Liv Schmidt mimics who self-proclaimed themselves as Skinny Talk. So I don't really have a comment on that. I personally don't give a shit about Skinny Talk, and that's not even what the Skinny Society is. Okay, so I've been slightly open about my autoimmune diseases, which has elicited a few questions, and I'm not fully prepared to like talk about what happened to me because it was like extremely traumatic. I will say, with my weight loss and eating habits, I haven't had any struggles with an autoimmune flare. In fact, I've been in remission for a few years now, so I feel amazing. All of my blood results have come back completely fine. I have really low inflammation levels and I honestly feel way better. I have way more energy. What podcasts or YouTubers do you listen to if you do? I'm bored of regular influencers. Like, they're beautiful. For example, like Cindy, Kimberly, and yes, models, just influencers, they give nothing. It's all photos doing a duck or pout face in various situations, wearing a Revolve dress. They don't even put in the effort to add a caption to their post. I think it's really important to follow creators who provide value to you, especially considering how often people are spending on their phones now. So if you are feeling that way, like, let me know. Okay, so obviously I listen to Liv. My other favorite creator is a girl called Kendall K. I know her because she blew up for being like the stay-at-home girlfriend, and I really like her vlogs. If you like lifestyle vlogs and like healthy living vlogs, definitely watch hers. Unfortunately, she doesn't really post often anymore unless it's to promote her OF. So it is kind of sad because she gained a bunch of female followers from her stay-at-home girlfriend vibe, and then when that ended, she basically, I think, had to like abandon that persona. Like, she's not making money, I guess, off of like girls watching her content, so she's back like full deep into OnlyFans. What's your thoughts on intermittent fasting? I don't really have thoughts on intermittent fasting. When I used to try and do intermittent fasting, I was just ravished, and then at noon when I finally like broke the fast, I would basically like go to town. Don't recall ever experiencing results from that. Energy management and exercise recovery during burnout. So the thing about this new lifestyle that I've been living and showing to you is that there's not really burnout that I have experienced because I'm not doing things that fry my body out quickly. You never want to feel like you can't work out the next day because you're just fried. Like, you actually want to stay in this sweet spot where you constantly have the energy to do what you like to do. The biggest mental shift I've had to overcome during my weight loss, I think it was just unlearning my life as I was raised. So I mentioned I had the opposite of an almond mom. I had a "you're hungry, go have a bag of chips" mom. I had a "we're having oven pizza for dinner." It was completely fine to have 10 cookies out of the cookie bag, which kind of sucks because I was a dancer and I did cheerleading. I wasn't like the good looking person on the team. What is your skincare? Your skin is amazing. Okay, thank you so much. I actually never get compliments on that, so that was nice to read. The only luxury expensive skincare product that I buy is the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Serum. The rest of my routine is very simple. In the morning, I use a toner, vitamin C and E serum. I use the Sephora brand, Estee Lauder Advanced Repair Night Serum. I use the simplest moisturizer. There's either like this one called Complex A or Dormer 2-in-1. There's like no ingredients in it. And then I use the L'Oreal Sublime Tanning Drops. How do you deal with negative comments about your body? I don't deal with them really. As my account has grown a little bit, I've been getting more and more comments, and I guess it's just knowing that what they're saying isn't true and they have no idea about me, so just think of it as like, it's funny. There's a lot of questions about how many steps I do a day, and it just tends to land between 13 to 18,000 steps. I'm not like, if I don't hit 18,000 steps, like I'm staying up until I do and going on the walking pad. It's not like that. Okay, this is my favorite question because I'm really trying to focus more on this type of stuff. What are your quality over brand name pieces that you like choosing? I am a regular girl. I have a regular paycheck. I came from a single family home full of abuse and drugs. Like, there was no money is essentially what I'm trying to say. So in order to fit in, I've always had to be kind of resourceful. So I shopped at a lot of stores like Urban Planet and Ardeen because even though they might not be exactly the same quality as Aritzia and some of these other stores, you could always get a similar look for less, and that is just something that made me kind of dupe savvy. Okay, thanks for sending in your questions. I will see you guys in Vancouver. Okay, we made it to Vancouver. Obviously, the first thing we're doing is walking the Chihuahuas. They don't really know how to act in the city, so they're being a little bit crazy. But we're just gonna walk around and shop around and then do a Pilates workout in a few hours. Actually got a new backpack from New Zealand. Does he like it? Yeah. Well, you're like here for the.
I look like
Well, that's why you should.
what is Jane Guru pose?
Oh.
But you take your socks off?
Same. Okay, 45-minute Pilates class done. That was my first one. I will say Move with Nicole definitely prepares you for like in-class stuff, so that was good. And then I guess it's a sushi dinner tonight. What are you watching? Oh. Okay, we came to Red Robin, like the asses that we are. I got a Diet Coke and a veggie burger. And Marcia, what are you gonna get?
Not a Diet Coke. And this.
Hey. It just tastes like. Good morning, happy Friday. It's 7 a.m. and I'm just out walking the Chihuahuas, looking for a single blade of grass because we're downtown. I don't know how people live in the city with pets. Waking up that early to go down 9 flights in the elevator and then have nothing but concrete for them to sniff is like a crazy concept because we live like out in the suburbs. But anyway, yesterday I did 23,000 steps, a 1-hour Pilates class, and the calorie burn that I had at the end of the day was mental. Like, it was insane. So gonna be a little bit more chill today. And then we're hosting, well, my cousin's hosting a Galentine's Day party. So we're basically gonna be getting ready for that for most of the day. So there'll be some champagne and I'll be looking good. I am being ruled by a tyrant. We can't even sit in for a coffee. We have to get planning and organizing this party. So Chihuahua walk to get our steps in. What else? We're just gonna come back and set up.
Yeah, for 8 hours.
And then we'll be setting up for 8 hours.
No, not 8.
And then I started the day with a special treat, a brown sugar oat, whatever it is from Starbucks. I never, ever, ever, ever get Starbucks, but it's like a special occasion. So let's go walk the hounds and then get to work. Like, they don't feel like they're gonna like they're just stiff. 100. Poor guy. I'm eating my leftover Red Robin burger for breakfast, which is a little bit odd, but that's really what I feel like. Okay, the setup is going amazing. I just finished the champagne table and I don't really know what else we're doing. We need to make like a backdrop, and then Marcy made this games table. XOXO Gossip Girl games.
Well, no, I think we're gonna have to get a balloon combo or something. Amber will finish this and then get it in the fridge.
What fridge? Not this one.
Where should this go?
I'm ready to eat.
Should I not even? I shouldn't even put them on the board then.
Well, I'm sure people will have one and then not another. Look at this board.
Have a good day.
You too. Hello everyone, I'm on my way home. I'm back at the ferry terminal looking crazy. It's a full-blown windstorm out there and I just took the dogs to the bathroom. I do feel like shit today. I had cake for breakfast when we were cleaning up from the party, and then we went out for lunch and I had some chicken strips, and I don't eat meat, so it was like kind of like a weird mental and like made me kind of feel like shit. But yeah, I ate a little bit more than I usually would. I had 3 drinks last night, so I don't have the Prosecco flu or anything like that. And that's it. Like, it was a good time. I'm just gonna get back on track for the rest of today. Julia Flippo. I I really don't want to do my It Girl nighttime foundation. I'm really tired, and I got my period while I was on the trip, so I just feel like bloated. So I'm changing my sheets. I did tidy up before I left. That's like #1 rule, tidy up before you leave, so that when you come home from a trip or something, you can just be comfy. But my boyfriend was like left unattended, so I have to re-clean the kitchen. Anyone who's freezing all the time, when you make your bed, don't put the sheet first. Get like a fuzzy blanket and put that down before the sheet, and then you will be warm. That is my cold girl hack. Good morning. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I have no invites, obviously, and I have nowhere to watch the game or anything, but this is the perfect excuse to take content. It's like brainless content. So I'm putting on a little bit of makeup just so that I don't look like whodunit and why when I go to the store. But there's a mall not that close to me, but I'm going to go to it because they sell sports apparel. So I'm gonna try and find a t-shirt, and then I have a photo shoot idea that I wanna do. Okay, I know you guys already know, you've seen this breakfast before, but it's not breakfast. It's 3:25 p.m. I wasn't really that hungry today. I'm feeling very manic, I guess because I've been running around all morning buying these like Super Bowl stuff, but the Reels shoot went really well. I think they're really cute. I broke the law. I brought home some leftover stuff from my cousin's Galentine's Day, and I unportioned ate cake this morning. And then I also had some of this cookie that someone else brought me, so that was kind of like breakfast. And then just from indulging a little bit more and more decadent foods the past day, I just wasn't as hungry, but I'm finally having like a proper real meal now that it's 3:30. I'm having our favorite snack, which is cheese and crackers, and I put pickles on them, and I'm just tidying up the kitchen, and my Sunday anxiety is like so high right now. I took Thursday and Friday off work, so I had an extra long weekend, and my heart is literally palpitating going back tomorrow. It's only 5:30. So Sunday's not over, but like mentally I'm like, it doesn't matter, like it's doom basically for the rest of the day. I hate this feeling. Sometimes keeping on top of my chores and stuff, like that's why I'm so persistent with it and consistent with keeping the house tidy, so that I'm not spending all of Sunday with this doom feeling, and then also like tidying up all day and trying to catch up for the week ahead. Like I like just going into Sunday fresh and calm, and everything's already clean, and you just have to like do a few things. I am so anxious right now. I don't even know what to do to get rid of this feeling except for take more Proplanolol. Does anyone else get this? It's a terrible feeling. It's like up to my throat. But after spending the weekend with my cousin, it kind of made me miss like living there. There's always something to do, somewhere to go. But where I live, everything closes super early, and I'm away from everyone. So it's just kind of like get lonely and bored.